of the Mind Flayer.
Welcome to Theatre of the Mind Flayer, a D&D play podcast set in the homebrewed world of Jekyll. We've got 2 DMs for some reason, which can only mean twice the fun. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your time at
Theatre of the Mind Flayer.
Welcome to Theatre of the Mind Flayer. Michael brought Twizzlers, Herc brought candy, Caleb fucked the recording, and Luke supplied a handy. I'm Jacob Machin. That's Caleb Dowdall.
Hello.
Looks like news to me about
How you doing, Caleb?
I'm very good, Jake. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. You excited for your...
Nope.
Okay. We are recording on the eve of a couple of very important things. The first being Caleb's last day on Earth before he has a heart attack and dies.
We'll miss you.
And we're also here on the day before a very special occasion that would be Daelyn's birthday tomorrow.
I mean, it's Wednesday, but it's close.
I thought you said tomorrow.
No.
She said the 19th. She did say it was Wednesday. 19th.
Oh.
It's a
Wait, what day's today?
Next
This is-
Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
So tomorrow week,
15th.
maybe is what you're thinking?
So it'll be tomorrow,
Plus a couple
3
days.
days. Well,
Wait,
if people
when is-
listen to this on a
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Wednesday,
when's this
so it's
coming
today,
out? Yeah.
I guess.
It's today.
No, it's not going to come out. It's
It
not
was a
gonna come
couple
out
of weeks
this week.
ago.
You know what? Daelyn's having a birthday this year, and
I
we're
think we have to
celebrating.
shout out her birthday last session.
Huh?
'Cause it would be this week, no? This Wednesday?
It is
Oh, yes,
at
it
the
would have been
moment.
the very first episode last session.
At the moment we are recording now, it is
Your birthday.
my birthday.
Okay. Birthday
my birthday
time.
every day.
Excellent. Daelyn's birthday week.
It's her birth year.
Of course, we have Daelyn Lester-Serafini.
Hello.
We have Danielle Butlin.
Hello.
We have Hercules Mays.
Hello.
Michael Briganti.
Hello.
We have Luke
That's
Handy
a sticky
Sykes. What's that again?
Sticky wicket.
Oh,
Yum.
that's a sticky wicket. Michael, you were telling us about a very dramatic story about quitting. I wanted to go around and just hear a quick anecdote from everyone about quitting a job, however lame or however dramatic it may have been.
Yeah, well, it was on the subject of just never giving your 2 weeks, and I've never given 2 weeks either.
Right.
And yeah, it was a restaurant job, and it was just such a terrible, like the managements were like...
A terrible restaurant job with terrible management?
What? Because I don't know, I think it's...
Shocking.
I think it gets like sketchier. I think it gets sketchier when like the manager is like the owner of it, so it's a little more like it's really his
Absolutely.
restaurant. But anyways, I got put like I was just starting serving sort of at the time in that restaurant, and they just started training me, and it was like one of my first few shifts by myself, like on the floor with my own section, and then they just sat me with this incredibly large like soccer party of like 20 girls and like their whole family. So I pretty much had this whole section like by myself of like 35
first
people.
serving shift, yeah.
And so like the stress was up and blah, blah, blah. And then all the like the mistakes were going through, you know, I was punching in things wrong. People weren't getting their drinks. Everything was getting lost. And then like everyone, like the management were just losing it on me and like calling me like just being like super disrespectful. I was sort of already like at my wit's end there. I was like, this is really, I'm not vibing with this. I don't like the attitude and the environment. And then, yeah, finally I was just like, you know what? And they were like, what? I was like, I fucking quit. So I had my like apron. I took my apron off. I took out the tips I had for the night, and I slammed them on like the counter. I was like I'm sorry, but like to everyone here who has to deal with this party now, but I quit this job and I'm out of here. And like I stormed out, got in my car and went home. And then my phone kept ringing from like my managers and stuff, I guess trying to like
Coax you
have
back.
a conversation with me or something.
How long
Yeah.
were you in this job, Michael?
It's probably about a year and a bit.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
plenty of time.
wow.
Yeah.
What's the shortest you guys have lasted in a job?
I did one shift at a job. An
think we
escape
talked
room.
about it.
Yeah, it was an
Yeah.
escape room. And I was like, it was my training shift. I didn't even give my my like banking information so they can pay me yet. And I was like, you know what? You guys can have this day for free. I don't want to work.
'Cause I was I was in an escape room a few months ago, and I was talking to one of the workers there, and she was telling me that they have to, as part of their training, solve each room to like essentially get the job, get hired, like fully. They have to.
That's
Well, that's what she
true.
was telling me.
Did you have to solve
we
it?
did.
That's a
Like
fun
we went
hiring
through the
process.
rooms
Yeah, well,
and
you
like
gotta know your shit, right?
Yeah, but you
we got to play it to know it, but
they didn't-
we weren't like tested on it.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
But I was still in training, so maybe
Right.
they tested at the end of it.
Sure.
But I was out of there.
And why
before
were you
that.
feeling the escape
Well, it was
room
just
job?
I just picked it up like as an extra side gig, and it was just the age difference between me and my coworkers was just a lot. They were like 18-year-old
Right.
mainly girls, and they were just we're in the room and they're just chatting about like boys at school, and I was just like, I'm good. Like I don't, because you're just sitting in the back room with all of them pretty much the whole time
with the
for like a few hours.
walkie-talkies. Yeah.
They were just it was just so a day.
Yeah.
A day. Yeah. I did 8 hours, 10 hours, 8 hours of cleaning Rogers Arena. I got there. I was told someone would meet me and show me the ropes. I stood there for an hour waiting for someone to come find me. This harried guy in glasses came running around the corner. He's like, "Why aren't you working yet?" I'm like, "I'm brand new here. I don't know what the fuck to do." And he's like, I'll take you. Follow me." And he took me down to the stands and introduced me to some guy that's already cleaning 3 sections himself. So the guy started showing me how to clean. This guy in glasses was like, "Why don't you have a shirt?" I'm like, "I just got here. I don't have a shirt." He's like, "I'll get you a shirt." And he runs off. He's like, "What size are you?" I'm like, "I don't know, medium, small, whatever." And he runs off, goes and gets a shirt. As he comes back within an hour, would have been like midnight. This was an overnight job. He comes back and he goes, "Right, so you're good. You can clean. You can do this section, that section, that section." So essentially there's like 12 or 15 sections, and there was about 5 of us that were cleaning these sections. You're supposed to only do 1 each. And then at the end of the shift, I was just like, "Here's the shirt back." I'm not coming back.
Sometimes you just know.
Yeah. Very, very quickly. Like midway through, I was like, I could just walk out now. I should just walk out now. But yeah, jobs are tough, yeah. Get that money wherever you can. If it's selling foot picks, it's selling foot picks.
I wish, honestly, I really should. At this point, I should. I need the money. So.
I genuinely have a foot pick from Caleb.
Oh.
Caleb and I were messaging back and forth talking about starting up a Theatre of the Mind Flayer OnlyFans account. And then I get a message the next morning. Once the conversation is finished, I get a message the next morning that just says $100 or I send feet pics. And I was like, are we going to blackmail the people on our Patreon or something like that? And he just sends a picture of his fucking foot. No reply.
Wow.
And Caleb, what did you
It's a
say to
pretty
me?
bad picture of my foot.
Caleb, that
my
is
foot
a
looks-
real hobbit foot.
Exactly.
That's what I said. I wrote back, filthy hobbitses.
And I do have little hobbit feet, but they usually look a little bit nicer than that. It actually is an unflattering picture and angle of my foot, I would say, in my defense.
Yep. So we're going to post that on the socials.
Amazing.
Yeah, run it over.
Probably double our followers, to be honest.
I was thinking of going into detail and describing it as I look at
Describing
it.
my foot?
I don't think I could.
Okay.
You gotta,
What's the most attractive part about that foot?
all right, fuck it. We're doing this. This is excellent. So, what? Oh, it's tough. So here's the thing. Not only is there more hair than there should be on the top of the foot and on the top of the knuckles, there's also, it looks like a toddler has cut your big toenail. There is genuinely a jagged piece there that I feel like I'm getting a hangnail just looking at it. See that bit there? Let me zoom in. See that bit there?
I thought Luke asked what the most attractive part was. Now you're just
That
ripping
being
apart.
said, the big toe minus the nail. The
chewed.
the big toe's not too terrible.
Yeah.
The big toe's not too bad.
Thank
Caleb.
you.
Yeah.
What makes a good big toe?
It's bigness.
It's big. The girth of it, the girth and length, how it sits
Can't look
as
like a
opposed to the pointer toe.
Yeah.
The pointer toe.
When you got to point at something, but you're handcuffed.
Oh,
Exactly. Yeah.
I would use my big toe to point, wouldn't you?
No, the big toe's the thumb.
You don't use your pointer?
You don't have opposable big toes?
I use my big toe to point.
Can anyone here pinch with their big toe and their second toe?
I can.
No, I cannot.
I can. I'm doing it right now.
Oh.
Actually, hold on. Let me see if
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, excellent.
Can you point with only the middle toe?
No.
A little
No,
bit.
gotta
It's like
point
a-
like the center 3 move together, and then my pinky and my big toe.
All right,
See, you point with your big toe.
that's enough foot talk. How about a trivia treat?
We'll have to rename our podcast.
Foot stuff.
Welcome to this week's episode of Trivia Treats. Which humanoid race is known for their innate psionic abilities, 4-armed physiology, and their cultural dedication to physical and mental self-improvement?
Herc's banned from answering for at least 5 minutes.
You know what? I'm going to sit here and just enjoy another honey stick.
You have another honey stick.
question.
Which humanoid race is known for their innate psionic abilities, 4-armed physiology, and their cultural dedication to physical and mental self-improvement.
That is four-armed instead of rather than four-armed.
Yeah, I was thinking dads.
You love dads and forearm strength, don't you? Yeah. If you're a dad, call on in. We've
Show
got
me your
a
forearms.
We've got a lucky otter here that.
Elemental ones, though.
I don't think they have forearms. I have no idea. The forearms throws me off.
Can you think of?
Do they look like bugs?
Yes.
Oh, I don't
do
know. I
look
would
like
not know
bugs.
their name.
They're like
though.
space bugs.
They are
What are the bugs?
space. So space bugs.
Oh, you played one in the thing.
They're very similar to a Pathfinder
Oh, damn,
race.
that's what I was thinking.
I don't know
And
the
they're
name.
from Spelljammer officially.
Oh, okay.
They're in the Spelljammer, recent Spelljammer book.
Something.
Think I can afford that shit?
Well, they were in the Monster Manual before that.
Yes, but
Think
now
I
they're a
read the
playable
Monster
race.
Manual?
Yes, I do.
Haven't we all?
Visnir? No.
Disney?
It has like a dash in it. Doesn't it have like? Is it like a two
Yes,
name
it
thing?
does.
I know.
Like,
I know exactly what it is.
The first word is a number.
Fucking
Try.
The first one,
No.
what is a
Tree?
number?
No. Is it
close.
T?
It starts with T. It's to do with that number.
Tray.
Just say that number.
Try.
Three.
Why would it
Okay.
be 3 if they
You're
have
halfway
4
there.
arms?
Three might.
It might not technically be pronounced like the number. It depends on how you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, I don't.
Three.
Is it Trient?
Three men. Three end.
No.
310.
What happens where?
Just let me know when I can answer.
What would you're banned from this question? Try you have too many points as
Never.
well. Try wizard.
Try was a
famous four-armed tri-wizard.
He said calmly.
When someone is really eager to do something, an Australian might say that they are. They're eager. They're as eager as mustard.
Try hard.
Oh, keen. Try keen.
Try keen.
What was
What?
the first word again?
Try
Three
hard.
keen.
There we go.
Three keen. Three keen. Why is it 3 when they have 4 arms?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it might also be pronounced thrycreen.
I would pronounce it
Oh.
thry, but I guess
Try
Also, I think it's creen.
cream.
Green.
I
Yeah.
think there's
Crean.
an R.
Yeah, but
in
they
there.
were never
How's
going
it
to get
spelled?
clean.
I knew
think it's
everything
keen.
about the
Is it
word
keen or is it
except for
cream?
how to say it.
How's it spelled?
It's keen.
It has a dash in it.
dash.
It's 2 words.
Oh, yeah, so there's an R in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
THR. It's literally spelled three. Keen.
Oh no, there is an or. Yeah, it's green.
Oh, no.
Three
I'd
crean.
write it down.
THRI. Oh, there is.
Yeah,
a-
there is.
Yeah, three crean or thry
yeah,
crean.
three.
Yeah.
Crean.
Can you say the letter R again?
We've been through this. We've been through this. Yeah.
This is
have.
its own
Yeah.
theme now. With Luke
So you
remembering
drive
things.
a.
car
You go very.
fast,
No, if you're going a distance,
You're
going
rhyming.
far,
So you drive a.
car,
You drive very,
far,
and the letter is.
or.
I've never heard that.
Neither have I. And when you give compressions to someone, it's called.
CPR.
Or.
Yeah.
So someone said give CPR.
We've literally had this whole bit we did
Vancouver.
Previously
like
on
a year
Theater of the
ago.
Mind.
Yeah, we've done this before.
Caleb, what would a pirate say?
Yeah. But Luke doesn't listen.
No, no.
There you go.
Yeah. But that's AAA or G, right?
It's not an orgy, no.
AAA orgy.
How would you spell R?
It's someone nervous in a harem going, are we having a orgy?
Anyway, that was this week's episode of Trivia Chicks. We are going to play a game. It's a very simple game because we've got not a lot of time tonight because we can only get a couple episodes in before we have to send off Caleb to run. We're going to play a game called Done by Them Freedom Boys, the Pretzel Gang. Big Piss Pig here. Shout out to Freedom. It'll all make sense for anyone that listens to...
Anyone know what he just said?
Nope, anyone that
Sounded
listens
like he had
to
a stroke.
Freedom will understand. Freedom fans are
big
called piss
piss.
pigs. We're all piss pigs here, and we're going to play
big
the
piss
game Toothless Vegetable. The idea is that we go around the circle one by one, and you need to say the name of a vegetable without showing your teeth and without laughing. Again, once again, it's the person saying it that can't laugh. Everyone else can laugh as much as they want. So any vegetable, no teeth showing, will all be the judge of you as you say the vegetable. I can hear everyone's brains ticking trying to think of toothless vegetables.
Well, no, so is it like no teeth as in lip?
You can't show them. So if you were to say
Okay,
vegetable, you go vegetable.
Okay, you're allowed.
Okay.
Like you're allowed to like hook your lips over your teeth.
Yeah, as best as possible. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're going to start off with Luke. Let's go around that way around the circle. One by one, vegetable each. Try not to repeat.
Butternut squash.
Oh no!
Come on. Let's hurry up and go.
move on. Here we go.
Celery.
Okay, yeah.
Carrot.
Can I at least get a attempt?
Radish.
Okay.
Pumpkin.
Caleb?
Asparagus.
Parsnip.
Potato.
Aubergine. Brussels sprouts.
Broccoli.
Zucchini.
Mm-hmm.
Cucumber.
Nice.
Cauliflower.
Oh no. Cabbage.
Beet.
Oh, I was waiting for the root.
He's requesting a beet.
Onion.
Eggplant.
I wonder if that was a laugh.
No.
Lettuce.
Kimchi.
Kimchi.
Not a vegetable. Kimchi is not an actual vegetable.
No.
It's a process to ferment cabbage.
Pick another one.
Yeah.
I only got one in my mind.
I'll say that's taking a bit too long there. Bell pepper.
Swede.
Swede? Oh, okay.
It's a vegetable.
Yeah, I know.
It's not a Swedish man.
Yeah.
It also is a Swede.
Yeah.
Celery.
Have we
I said that. That was the first one I said.
Oh, Michael, get the fuck out
I'm
of
running
here.
out of them.
Weak.
I think I saw teeth at the bottom
No.
there. Weak. I think I saw teeth at the bottom there.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
What is lick?
Corn.
Corn.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's corn.
No.
Get out of here.
Capsicum.
Rutabaga.
I was gonna.
Ha 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 ha.
Artichoke.
Artichoke.
Capsicum.
I just said
No, you
capsicum.
said-
You could say bell pepper.
And then I said capsicum literally just there.
Damn it.
Also,
you?
I would argue they're the same thing.
Yeah.
You Australians.
Hey, you can call them by whatever their name, because I'm now going to say eggplant.
No, we already said
Someone
that.
already said that.
aubergine.
No,
We also had eggplant.
Oh no, Caleb, can you edit in a bit here? No, edit in a bit that's just like boop. Hey, Caleb here. Jake is wrong. We actually already had eggplant. Speed round.
Spring onion.
Char.
Oh no. Spinach.
Green onion.
That's a spring onion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I get another one, Herc?
Taro.
Excellent.
Snap peas.
Rutabaga.
Green.
Rutabaga has been said.
I was just going through TNT in my brain.
King of the vegetables.
Fuck, I should have said sprout.
Right, yeah. Excellent. And that is how that game is played.
Amazing.
Winner.
Chicken dinner.
Chicken dinner.
Speaking of chickens, let's check in with Agenar and play some D&D.
Ooh, that was a cold reception.
Leader of the Mind Flip.
In our last session, you all awoke from your dreams to a blinding burst of white light, emitting from a sleeping Pirup. Force attempted to command him to remember, but to no avail. The next morning, you encountered Pip's father, who apparently wanted nothing to do with him. Force brought Pip outside and instructed him to pick up his hammer from the ground. Unable to successfully pick it up himself, Force told him that when he was strong enough, he should come and find him. And in the meantime, Pip decided to try his best to become a bellman.
All right, we don't need to focus on Pip's fucking story. It's not his podcast.
2 sentences, and it took up a big chunk of the podcast. The party then went to visit Siegfried, an old friend of Azorith who he had helped out in the past, hoping to find an item that could help protect him from people who were searching for him. Siegfried gifted him an amulet against proof of detection, and also Azorith purchased from him a pearl. You then made your way to the ship, the Twilight Jester, discovering a drunk Etterath harassing the ship's captain. You said some goodbyes to Baki, Perup, and Pip, and then you took your leave from Bocht, sailing south, which is where we are going to pick up our session today.
As the ship leaves the dock, as Luke is positively drooling over a Twizzler dipped in sour salt.
I'm going to sell it. It's fucking delicious.
Okay. As the ship leaves the dock, the Twilight Jester, was that the right one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Was it?
Great
Yeah,
name,
beautiful.
Jester.
As
listening to
the
my recap.
Twilight, I genuinely wasn't.
I know, you're talking through it.
Yeah. As the Twilight Jester leaves the dock there, Captain Aureus behind the helm, you see standing next to him what looks to be a very tall-looking blue individual. A kind of a flat nose, fins behind his ears. As the ship takes off into the slightly rocky waters off the west coast of Bokt, the main mast billows as the wind catches it. Captain Aureus shouts out, "Right, we're gonna head hard to port. 3, 2, 1, engage!" As he wrenches on the wheel, you can see his little gnome body. He runs up to one side and just grabs onto one of the pegs and just and it goes as the ship swings around. You can see a number of individuals running to adjust the sails. You can see what looks to be a drow, white kind of hair in very dark purple outfit. Doesn't seem bothered by the sun, or if they are, doesn't seem to care. As that is happening, you see an enormous orc helping out on the ropes there. As you look up the main mast, you can see up the very top a crow's nest. You cannot see anyone in the crow's nest by the looks of it. Looking around, you can also see what appears to be a large dragonborn woman, also purple with green kind of under highlights to her scales, wandering around the ship there. As you all step aboard, as the ship swings around and begins to head along the coast of Bokt, south, off the port side, the left-hand side there, you can see the large mountainous exterior of Iyaran as you head down towards the forests and the mists that lead down towards Kran. The ship seems to be hugging the coastline relatively closely. The waves that come in and rock against the side of the island there come swinging back, giving this back and forth rocky kind of movement. Captain Aureus shouts out and says, "Right, make yourselves comfortable. You're welcome to take a look around if you want. Be careful as you're heading through. Don't knock over anything, but I'll give you a shout when we're in open waters. There's not much help you can do unless you want to enjoy the sights out here." As we set off sailing, I need 4 D20s to be rolled, please.
I'll roll.
And I'll take them in any order you give them to me. Just shout them out.
Oh, 9.
9.
18.
18, excellent.
7.
7, excellent.
8.
And an 8.
Got 7, 8, 9.
Excellent. Beautiful. Those rolls are done at the start of the day to determine weather and hazards, DCs for things. So thank you very much for that. As you set
DC
off,
18 everything.
as you set off, the wind isn't too bad. There doesn't seem to be a lot of wind catching in the sails, which can be a problem once you get out into open ocean. And as you move forward, you can see that the clouds overhead are starting to build in this dark, foreboding kind of color. A little bit of a rumble of thunder. And you gather it's going to be quite a wet start to your journey. Not wet because it's exciting, but wet because it is. So, is that the thunder?
Yeah.
Okay. Na. Okay. As you set off, you can see the mists pouring out from. Thank you.
Some music.
The mists pouring out from the side of Bokt, almost like pouring dry ice onto like a stage or something. And as you see it kind of curl over the edge and hit the ocean there. Captain Aureus wrenches on the wheel and turns it away from these mists as they meet the water, shouts down at all of you and says, "Until we've left the vicinity of Bokt, you want to stay away from the mists, regardless of whether they're in the forest or out on the waters there." It's at this point, with the Captain Aureus, the gnome, the Triton standing beside him, the drow that seems to run to kind of set up the cannons, 2 on either side, the large orc, someone possibly up in the crow's nest. As you're standing here taking in all this new information, this brand new ship that you're on, there are footsteps coming from below deck. As the footsteps appear, you see an individual, and on first glance, they seem to have almost tendrils for lips. Those of you that are familiar with certain purple-grey creatures that flay things
Perhaps
coming
the
up from below
inspiration
deck.
for the podcast.
As you step
It's
up,
very marketable.
you hear, "Helmsman McGee, get up here. I need you to take over while I show our guests around."
Aye, aye, Captain. And you get a closer look, and in fact, this is not a mind flayer, but a haggard-looking man with a dirty black beard, and in his beard are two squirming kind of squids, and their tentacles kind of moving about and seeming to be eating bits of breadcrumbs and stuff directly out of his beard.
Wow, that is gross.
You see him go up and take the helm from the captain.
Right, well, I'm showing the guests around. Quartermaster Elric's in charge, right?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Right.
These be the landlubbers.
Right, you are. These be the landlubbers. They're not all so bad. Just try to-
fucking call me a landlubber.
The one in the high heels is a little touchy.
He smells like river water to me, not from the fresh salt of the sea.
Right. Don't
You
be
be swimming in the river.
dare you!
Don't be sniffing our guests, all right?
Day one. You started it.
Captain Aureus steps down from the quarterdeck down the steps towards you, kind of claps his hands together, and he says, "Right, behind me," and you see the doors that lead under the quarterdeck, "is captain's quarters. You'll be invited in there for a meal or two if you're nice. Not to point anything out."
No, your fucking quartermasters are the one that started it. I just kept calling down.
Quartermaster?
The helmsman, so respect.
So until you get used to being on the ocean, young man, you want to call people by their right names. He's the helmsman, the quartermaster is the Triton up there.
Of course, you better stop me before I'm gonna.
Okay, it's okay. That's
As
just-
rain starts to hit the deck here, the captain leads you down past a couple of the other crew, down the steps around to the right of the captain's quarters. As you're led down to a rather cramped deck here. Indeed, those of you that are under 6 foot, no problem. Those of you that are spot on 6 foot, you would be kind of ducking your head. I believe that's just maybe Etterath. You have to take off your heels, perhaps.
Take off the boots.
But
Walk
as
a
you
shame style.
as you head through, Captain Aureus looks back and says, "Right, this is the gunner deck. We've only got 2 cannons on each side, but room to kind of fill out more. This is also where we kind of stow any weapons and things like that. Kind of more of a multi-purpose area than anything else. And you can see it's kind of open almost. You see there are wooden columns that seem to go through the floor. You see the main mast and the foremast also come through the floor here. You see what appears to be a large wheel in the center section with spikes coming out of it, and he says, "That's the captain. That's where we bring the anchor up and down. If ever we need to bring the anchor up in a jiffy, kindly ask that you all grab a peg and start running in the clockwise direction." As he leads you down again to another level, he leads you down to the main deck here. As you're taken down into the main deck, you can see that there appears to be a large, long table in the center, like a mess table for many people. Towards the bow, there appears to be dozens of bunks of hammocks kind of strewn about from around the midsection forward. In front of that, if you were to go to the very front of the bow, there are barrels, some sort of smaller storage section there. He gestures behind him. You can see that there is indeed, similar to on the Casbold, an iron cell there that looks to be the brig. And next to that, you see a small kitchenette, small kitchen quarters there. He says, "That's where the chief steward would go and cook and that sort of thing. We don't really have a dedicated chief steward on this ship. We're quite a skeleton crew right now for what we need to do, but we all pitch in and do a bit of cooking. So, head on in there if you want anything to eat. That's all right." And he gestures to a hatch in the kitchenette, and he says, "This leads right down to the hull. There's storage in there. We keep our powder kind of in a black powder in a very tight enclosed metal box of sorts to avoid any liquids or any sparks getting in there. You'll also find supplies down there. You'll also find rope and things you may need. It's very cramped down there. Kind of have to crawl on all fours. But if I ever tell you I need you to go down to to the very bottom of the hull to pick anything out for me. Here's your access point there. Any questions? We don't have quarters for you lot, so to speak, but you've got bunks.
I think that works.
Right.
How long are you expecting the journey to be?
Depends on where you're looking to go. You want to go straight to Fianna? It'll take probably a week, around about a week, depending on what direction we head. If we head around the corner of Kron there and we find where we're kind of got Severian ships watching us, we might have to fang a little bit closer down to the volcano down south and come around the bottom of Fianna there. But otherwise, I'd say about a week, all things considered. With the wind as shit as it is right now, probably a little bit longer. The rain doesn't really help, but, provided we get a couple of good days of wind, a couple of good gusts, we should be fine. And if you've got any questions, queries, concerns, or detours that you feel like, go ahead, let me know. May Manana McClear be with you. And kind of walks up past the gunner's deck, back up top to the, not the forecastle, the quarter deck.
Right.
Well, here we are.
Well, does anybody have any cards or
It is going to be a long trip, I suppose. Etterath, do you know anything of this? What was the god's name, he said?
Mana McLeod.
Yes.
She's the goddess of the sea.
Do you follow her?
Sort of. Try my best when I'm out here to pray to her, since she's sort of the one that's keeping us safe, keeping us on course, stuff like that. But she can be fickle, ever-changing like the sea.
Is there anything we should do or we shouldn't do? I don't know. I haven't been on a ship in a long time.
A handful of things, old superstitions, but most of them aren't too true.
Right, because I remember that, women shouldn't be on ships.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. It's mostly if you, pick one up, just randomly floating in the water, that's usually then less of a good sign, but...
Oh, yeah.
Pick up a random person?
Woman?
A woman.
if a
floating on a piece of, wood or something like that, that tends to be a bad sign.
That was big enough for 2 people to fit on?
Only in the frozen water, though.
All right, got it. So don't rescue people that look like they're in
Apparently
terrible
specifically
danger.
women who are tossed overboard.
No, it's from a time before us.
Oh. Is it because they're monsters, or they're bandits, or other pirates, or
A bit of both. I mean,
Women or
out of the people? Who are you?
me? Manic McClear.
Go away! Get him out!
it's more just be careful, because there are a lot of monsters out there that usually try to prey on the weak-minded men out at sea. So sirens and such are things that might be dangerous. But most of us
keep an
got.
eye on Safirith then, to be honest.
I mean, honestly, it doesn't sound like the worst death. So really,
It's incredibly painful.
well, do you know that from experience?
I've heard tale.
Right.
I'm going to go upstairs.
on board? Yeah, okay. On board your ship here, you head up past the gunner's deck. As you head up past the gunner's deck, you do see that the drow is now below deck here in the shade. You gather that possibly may be why the gunner's deck is down here, to kind of make sure the drow is not in direct sunlight while operating the cannons. Just gives you all a curt kind of nod, and continues with her work there. Force, you head up to the main deck there. You look towards the bow. You see the forecastle. The forecastle has the foremast coming out the top of it. You can see that behind you, up on the quarterdeck, the captain there, chatting to Helmsman McGee. You can see that the Triton, the quartermaster, appears to be moving about the deck, stopping to chat with the orc for a moment, the dragonborn woman, and then glances up towards the top of the mainmast there, gives a sharp whistle, and there is a head that pops over the top of the crow's nest, a reptilian-looking head, a little yellow noggin pops its head over, gives a little wave. The Triton makes some sort of hand gesture pointing forward. The kobold up top there nods and trots around the other side with pulls out a very long looking glass as you guys head past Kron and fang around to the left, around the bottom of Bokt there. What would you like to do, Bias, as this the ship starts to move past Bokt.
I'm gonna go up to the captain and this dirty man.
Absolutely, yeah.
Squid beard.
Yum.
You see, the dirty man is effectively in charge of the ship at this point. He is steering the ship. The captain is kind of speaking to him.
Arr.
Arr? Don't you mean Orrr?
Arr, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right,
Captain.
right. Of course not. We laugh. We have a laugh. You and me, Fibbers. Stranger there. Welcome aboard. This gentleman here, this turtle here, seems to have an affinity for gnomes.
Arr.
Yeah,
No, not like that. Right. Is there anything else to your character besides that?
I don't be judging. Captain.
Of course.
met.
Any port in a storm, you know.
Arr.
Right.
It's a very useful word, the word arr.
Right. What else could you use it for?
Arm.
Right. Give me 3 more examples.
Are you looking for uses or just single words that I could use to, well met, stranger?
aren't you glad you asked?
Right. See, he knows what's going on.
The name be Fibbers McGee.
Fibbers McGee. Fibbers.
Arr.
There's your second example.
Right. It can
an
also be used
acknowledgement.
as an affirmation, as an acknowledgement. Correct.
Yeah, I have an affinity for gnomes, right? I had a group of gnomes take me to Fiona, where we just came from. They did some great things. I did this, and I bash out my shield. Poof, 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 poof.
Oh, that's handy. That's real handy.
Yeah, I found you guys are all super interesting in what you can create for me. So I was wondering,
wee bit nifty. That's right.
Yeah. So, couple questions. I have questions. If no one's around, I have questions. Okay.
Do you?
Yes.
Right.
A lot.
Right. That's refreshing. A lot of people don't really have questions around here.
No, I just stand there and stare at people.
Right.
I'll be coming up from underneath.
Awkward silence is going on for quite a while.
Right.
One question. What did you do to the ship?
Again.
It feels great. I want to know, is there anything fun you did to it? Is there any secret, compartments that I can find? Is there a treasure hunt that I can go on this ship?
Well, I mean, we've got a loot port, yes, but we're not.
Booty hole. He's looking for, Captain.
Right. I didn't want to give him the satisfaction of entering the booty hole. People have to earn the trust and respect before they can use the booty hole.
Don't just enter the booty hole without permission.
You got to get the permission.
You have to hear the R first.
You have to get the R. Yes, exactly. Okay. You always get the R before you get the booty hole. When's your birthday? Maybe you can go in the booty hole for your birthday.
March.
One whole week of this shit.
This is literally my entire summer too.
But I bet you're going to be using that booty hole line.
Oh, maybe coming on an adult cruise. Yeah.
Right.
No, just the next question. So what are the waters like between
Wet.
here and Fiona? Have you?
Why is us on sugar worse than
us on alcohol? Yeah.
Yeah, no, terrible.
No, I think I know what you mean. How treacherous may they be?
Yeah, right. Do we have to train to be part of this ship? Those that have never been on
Our
a ship
voices
before.
too similar.
They are pretty
Captain,
similar, to be honest.
Right, that's I'll work on that. Right. Sorry, I just had that thought.
I was good at.
Right.
Yes. Is there any training that we should all go through? Those that haven't been on a boat in kind of a crew capacity.
Right. Best thing for it is to either stay out the way or possibly find someone that you wish to team up with.
You just want us to go fuck around with your crew?
Well, if you want to. I mean, we've been commissioned to take you somewhere safely. You could lock yourselves down there in the hull and we'll still get you there. No problem. There's nothing required from you. As far as sailing goes, the waters get a little rough, a little big swelly. I have a big swelly. I get a real big swelly when the ocean gets when the ocean gets
sex
as
talk over here.
excited as I do.
Motion of the ocean, baby.
Motion of the ocean. I found that when it gets big swelly, it's usually the best time to fill the booty hole. You know what I mean? Right. What I'm trying to say
I like how you're
is,
slightly changing
I'm not
the
meant to be.
accent.
I'm not. No. If you listen to the other one, I was closer to West Country before than I was Flayer. Seamless, right? Seamless.
I don't have the range. It's all on you.
I was not. Some would say I don't have the range either. I was not meant to be the comic relief. Let me say that. But with old Fibs McGee here, what I'm trying to say is the waters will be quite rough. I'm not going to lie. We've come across a few creatures on our travels. We did notice a shipwreck on the way here as well.
Where'd you come from?
Where'd I go?
No, where'd you come from?
Have you met Cotton Eye Joe?
That was so quick. That was so quick, Jake. That was a react, like just.
Now the captain is me, Cotton Eye Joe.
Literally.
No, Joe. It's all good. Cotton Eye Joe's on the guns, but his depth perception's not too good. Yeah,
Right.
Funny story, actually.
That's the name of your pet, right? Cotton Eye Joe?
Yeah, Cotton Eye Joe just landed on my my shoulder. Isn't that right, Cotton Eye Joe? Cotton Eye Joe? What do you think about Cotton Eye Joe, Fibs?
He'd be a good pirate.
He's a great pirate.
Long story short, the seas are dangerous and treacherous. We won't need your help unless something big comes up.
Tell him about the talent show.
The talent show?
No.
What talent show? The one back in
the weekly talent show we do.
Right, you know what? It's going to be. They're not going to be on board for the talent show. Don't worry about that. Right, we'll have a talent show here and there. I work my type 5 for the shores, but I do a bit of hosting. Fibs, what is it you do again?
Oh, I'm the MC. Oh, you're the host. Never mind.
Did you say you're Run DMC? Run DMC is a great name for
That's
him.
right. I host, and then Fibs comes in and MCs for the remainder of it. It's an interesting affair. I can't wait for you to see it now. When some would say 2 hosts is a little too chaotic. Some would say they'd never pull it off, but turns out we have.
Here we are.
Isn't that right, Fibs?
All right, that's right, Cotton.
All right, and Cotton Eye Joe. Cotton Eye Joe. There we go. Any other questions there?
I hope not.
What's that, Safirith? Yeah, I'm coming.
I've got one for you, Captain.
Right.
Oh, fuck, what'd you get here?
I said I came up from under because I heard you talking. So I
Right.
assumed
Did you find
it
the
would be
booty
very
hole while you're up
interesting.
under?
No, hunted
I don't
everywhere
think she needs
for
to
it,
find the booty
but-
hole, to be honest.
Yeah, gave up on that a long time ago.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So, do you know your crew very well?
Right, I know my crew incredibly well, yes.
Traveled with them for a long time.
Most of my crew have been with me for a long, long time. Yes, we pick people up on and off sort of thing. We travelled from Fianna up to Severe. We came back around the top of Neodract, big adventure, round bottom past the what do you call it, the volcano there, and came straight around here. We kind of looped all the way around the top.
This is how you give backstory, people.
What's a backstory?
I don't know.
I mean, Cotton Eye Joe's got a good backstory.
Yeah, what is it?
Cotton Eye Joe, why don't you tell him how you lost your eye?
Oh, well, Captain, we were fighting these pirates, and I said, man the guns, and Captain here said, yo, you're on the gunner. You're a
This
good
is the most
cannoneer.
well-spoken parrot.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that. I fucking bet it.
And so I let off the thing on the cannon, and poof, and then I flew out to sea, and then I got captured, didn't I, Captain?
Check if he's got hands. Maybe he's an Aarakocra.
Does he have hands?
You can make a perception check for me.
Just
He is on the gnome's shoulder.
tinier.
He's tiny on the gnome's shoulder, yeah.
as an 18.
An 18.
I have a roll as well.
Would
That's a 2.
you like to tell them whether you have hands or not, Cotton Eye Joe?
Well, I mean, look, he is obviously a very talented bird. You think
The yes or no answer.
you could think that he probably could do and be capable of anything that somebody with hands could do, but no, he's a parrot.
I remember like 5 episodes ago you said you didn't want to DM
Yeah.
anymore.
Right?
I'm loving it. I'm glad. Good to have you back. Good to have you
I'm
back.
loving it and regretting it all at the same
Good to
time.
have you back.
We're reeling you back, baby.
Long story short, I know my crew relatively
short, is
well.
it?
Right.
Any of them from Severe?
We would have picked up Milsa.
Great question.
We would have picked up Milsa and where are we? Liana, both from Severe.
Which ones are they?
Oh, that would be the Drow, the master gunner, and Liana's the purple dragonborn there. She's our carpenter and also works the.
That was Liao, as in like Liao.
Liana.
Oh, Liana.
Right.
I mixed Drow with Liana. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But we went around past Neodract and stopped off at Neodract because Milsa wanted to check in with family, but being a drow and all. And we managed to pick up Quadina. I haven't seen Quadina around just yet. She may be up top speaking to Sorensen in the crow's nest. But
which one's Sodina? Which one's Sorensen?
Sorensen's up in the crow's nest. He's the kobold up there.
Sorensen?
Yes, Sorensen. And Quadina is a Gith Zerai.
Gith Zerai.
You're right. Or Gith Zeri, depending on where you're from. 3 Green. Thinking.
Don't be forgetting my beauties, Captain. And
oh, that's right. Have you met McGee's friends here?
These be
I call him the reverse Medusa.
Spike.
Because seeing his beard will turn you flaccid.
We'll turn your stone to flesh.
He looks at you and he seems like a little bit hurt that you said that. But these be Spike and Fluffy. Say hello. And you, Safirith and Force, in your mind, not too dissimilar to when you're in Lahias and we're communicating with the denizens there, you hear in your mind, hello, welcome to our ship.
I'm getting strong Timothy vibes.
3 new voices from Caleb.
This is just my voice, but kind of softer.
In my brain, I say, hello.
Hello, we are Fluffy and Spike.
Can you teach me how to do that?
We could.
Yeah?
We could make some type of deal. A pact, perhaps.
Interesting. We shall revisit this.
It's all in my head. As they're having that conversation, Azorith makes his way up and sort of just passes by and goes to like whichever side of the ship the island is on.
Yeah, it's on the port side, left-hand side, as you head south and around.
Yeah, so he'll just...
at this point, you'd be heading past the forests of Kran, and you would kind of see the top of the Church of Brigantia through the trees, just off your left-hand port side there, as the ship swings around from heading south to southeast, keeping an eye on the corner of the island as you come around to the opening of the ocean between Severe and Bocht.
Does the island look like it's pretty much covered in the fog? Like looking from the outside, would it just be like...
You can see like treetops and bits and pieces. The fog seems to continuously kind of seep out and from the forests there and over the top of the mountains and things. It does seem to stop at a certain altitude. There are certain treetops that are those fucking... I'm doing a podcast, sorry.
Jake just ate a candy for reference.
A sour candy. Now watch my face.
You now get the ASMR of this.
Wow, nice.
Yes, the mist would be hanging just below a lot of the tree lines. You haven't gotten far enough away from Bocht to see Bocht in its entirety just yet, but being this close, you do see that it kind of seeps out from there, this silver mist. Can all of you make a history check for me?
I rolled a nat 20 plus when I opened D&D Beyond. I'll tell you.
19.
19, excellent.
21.
21.
Oh, I have a disadvantage on this.
You are.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yes, please remember your
5.
5.
Never mind.
Terrible.
Sorry.
You rested.
Oh, but
Yep.
I only
damn
got
it.
rid of 1 level of exhaustion. Did I?
Oh, were you at 2?
You had 1.
15.
So the only people with exhaustion are these two schmucks.
15.
15. Okay.
Leave us for the week.
With a 19, Safirith, what did you get?
21.
With the 19 and the 21, it's taken you a while to realize this, but there is another continent not a continent, but a part of Severe and Neodract, just south of the Shadowlands of Droktolov, Tortui, who is also filled, enraptured, surrounded by a mist of sorts. It's a land that no one's gone to, the enormous rock wall that encases it as it seems to slide into the center. There seems to be mists that billow out from the center there, and those that try to get there by ship try to scale the rocky mountains almost all perish, and those that try to move through Droktolov, the Shadowlands there, do not make it through. For you guys there, you are heading around here, around the bottom of Bocht. You're looking at Severe up top here, Droktolov are the Shadowlands, and Tortui is that land.
Jake is showing us a lovely map that he created.
We'll get a map on the social
fantastic.
media for your reference.
Actually, we should.
Yes.
Yeah. Do
Excellent.
that.
But
Give
that
you
is-
a treat for the eyes.
You guys
and the
are essentially
ears.
heading around that left-hand side of Bokt under the bottom there, where that point is, coming across the bottom there to head towards Fiona in a straight line if possible. And there you go.
Got any nudes on the iPad, Jake?
Not on this one. This is a business one.
Okay.
What have I got?
Don't swipe right.
Info, Bokt info, Fiona info.
The OnlyFans iPad is in the other room.
Yeah.
It's the other business iPad.
Yeah. The feet fans.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
Azorith will just be staring out over the water and that Bokt.
Captain, just on our end of things, the loud drunk one, he's means well, but he's got a bit of a, kind of problem. And the worst comes out of him. He doesn't really say much until he starts drinking, and then he says a little too much.
Right.
He's,
he seems to have a big old stack of chips on his shoulder.
Yeah, when you a dog gets beaten a little too much, and then it's just going to snap at whoever does it the next time. It's kind of like that.
Right. I can't say I've ever experienced that, but I understand the
Oh, I've never done it, but I've seen it.
Right. Yes. So he's a beaten dog.
I wouldn't put it like that, but you call him that, see what happens.
Right. Noted.
As you continue on,
Hercules bobbles his head.
I mean,
yeah.
Azorith looking out over Bokt. Etterath, Agenar, are you guys doing anything before I bring us?
I just feel like there's just been so much going on. I just feel like it's all my fault, And then he called me a landlubber and whatever. I just try to feel things. It's just...
I know, it's okay. I feel like maybe going out and drinking all night isn't helping.
Oh, but it makes things so much easier because I don't have to feel it.
Yes, but now you're feeling a lot of things today, aren't you?
I miss Pierre. He doesn't deserve what's happened to him.
I mean, we can talk to Pierre-Roop, if we want to, but, I feel like that wouldn't be necessary right now.
No, he'll figure out his stuff. He's strong.
Yes, he's
strong.
He's very strong. Did you see when you were... you spent more time with him while we were searching for the children and all that. Did you see him display anything unusual or communicate a bit more?
Yeah, sometimes when he's just sort of playing or looking out the window or something, he gets this look on him. Like he's all there just for a moment. Then he sort of shakes it off and then goes back to his normal self.
Right.
But he's afraid of something up there.
Right. It's a bit worrying if somebody who seems to have that much power is afraid of something.
Everybody's afraid of something. You just gotta find out what.
As you say afraid of something, there is a from underneath in the hull section.
Oh.
Do you got a fucking stowaway already?
Or something.
Pierre with Pip on his shoulders and a trench coat. We spoke about that. We genuinely spoke about that.
Bucky comes up as well.
Should we take a look or maybe just like...
Underneath you, heading towards the kitchen where the hatch is.
Yeah, fine. I'm sure if it's gonna be a fucking big rat, I'm gonna kill and cook it.
Gonna stumble over to the hatch.
Stumble over to the hatch. Excellent. In the kitchen. It's a decent galley, Not too
Agnar's
shabby.
just going to be close enough to Etterath to just kind of try and grab him in case he falls in his somewhat inebriated state.
He doesn't have heels on right now. He's good. He's barefoot.
Excellent. You lift up the latch. You lift up the latch. As you lift up the latch, you see a green-yellow face with long pointed ears kind of tilt its head up to you. These enormous eyes with just pure black pupils, a large toothy grin as this Gith looks up at you and says,
Oh, hello. Newcomers. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you supposed to be here?
Yes.
I grab them by the scruff.
Inside check.
Go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
I want to try to grab them by the scruff and pull them out.
Okay. As you grab them by the scruff, they go limp with a very goofy grin. You just kind of lift them up, and they just kind of staring at you. It's an effeminate looking gith. Has like a burgeoning kind of thin, almost Frida kind of mustache there. Enormous eyes. Kind of long curled eyebrows, like a twirled mustache, but with at the eyebrows there. They are odd looking, and they are dressed in kind of purely just wraps.
17.
17. What are you inside checking? Whether they're meant to be down there or not?
Yeah, are you meant to be here? Response. Yes. Are they meant
they're
to be
being truthful. They're meant to be here. Without defining here, they're being truthful.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You're not sure if they're meant to be in the hold.
Right.
Hi. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Agenar.
Nice
What's
to
your
meet
name?
You, Agenar. My name is Cordina.
Cordina.
Cordina. Yes. Can I help you?
Well, we thought we were maybe helping you in case you were, stuck down
no,
there.
I like it down there.
Oh.
Nice, it's quiet, cool.
Right.
Yes.
What do you do on the ship?
Oh, a little this, a little that. Whatever's needed of me. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. What do you do on the ship?
Oh, we just arrived, but I think we're passengers. Yes.
Passengers.
So,
welcome aboard, passengers. Yes. And you?
I'm so confused right now.
Nice to meet you. So confused right now. I'm Cordina.
Well, I think normally he's a captain, but in this capacity, he's not the captain. No, he's a passenger with us.
You can't have two captains on a ship. I've heard of that.
That would be insane.
I've heard of it.
So it would never work, but here we are.
Right, yes, he's a little...
Would you mind putting me down?
Puts them down.
Put them down. As you put them down, they don't like stand. They kind of just...
Oh, Muppet.
Just go Muppet-like as you sit them. And they kind of... They're on the ground. They're looking up at you. And then stand up. They're very gangly. They got a lot of limb to them. A lot of odd reverse hinging that you don't really attribute to Gith. It's odd, like a grasshopper bending back legs. Looks at you. They say,
"Well, if that'll be all, I'll be on my way."
Oh, I'm of course. Yes.
Well,
it was nice to meet you.
Yes, it was.
Walks out. As they walk out into the galley. Lose the sound of their footsteps. You poke your head out and can't see them.
How interesting.
That was fucking weird.
Yes, I don't think I've met anyone like that before.
Out of all my time at sea, I've never seen quite anything like that.
Right. They seemed nice, though.
Maybe a lack of bones, but forthright.
Very limp noodle.
Right, well, I suppose we should close the door here and then maybe
I take it as a compliment.
go find the others.
It means not too hard to find them. We're on a boat. This is just upstairs. I can hear Force going. God, he's not very light-footed.
Well, I didn't mean find them as in, locate them being lost and all. I just meant, go see what they're doing and join them.
Sure.
Yeah,
so do you feed your octopus with the dirt in your beard?
Arrr. They will eat a lot of things, including breadcrumbs and pork and soup if it drenches my beard.
And if we take them off your face, do you die?
Oh. And he puts a hand out and Spike, the one on the left, starts to crawl out from his beard and into his hand.
I'll hold out a hand.
Its little tentacle touches you and it goes, "Oh, yes, you might too."
I see if it latched on and I lift up my finger to see if it hangs on.
It sticks to you with its suction cup on its tentacle and it lifts up its arm with
and
you.
I pull it over to Safirith.
No.
What's wrong with you? Why don't you want to say hi?
It's very cute. I just don't want it on my face.
We don't bite Safirith.
What's it saying to you?
It's saying something in my head.
It's okay.
What's it saying?
Don't be scared.
It's saying don't be scared.
Oh, then why are you being fucking weird? Don't be scared. It's telling you, right? Obviously, don't be scared.
My name is Fluffy. I can't be bad.
can't sing in a really scary voice.
All right.
They're just cute little animals. Don't be worrying.
I'll slap it back to his face.
And it just like back into its beard and starts scurrying around.
Its name is Fluffy, but it has the voice of a serial killer.
Somehow our band has gotten weirder by getting on this boat. I don't know how it happened, but it did. Captain, how long do you think it's going to take us? Oh, by the way, I choose you.
Right,
that I'm going to hang it out.
That. I said a week. How long many times? Are you one of those? Are we there yet, pricks?
Yeah, it might get us there faster.
Well,
I don't know.
You somewhere faster.
I know the DM fast enough to get us there.
Long walk off a short plank. Every time you ask, the DM's going to put another day on.
That's fine. I choose you to follow you, by the way, and learn from you, just so you know.
Right, I'm honoured to have another person kind of following me.
Another? Who's the first?
Well, I mean, Fibbers here is somewhat of an apprentice. Our good friend Elric, gestures over to the quartermaster. Elric learnt from me. I'm actually trying to, train up some replacements. I want to be on the ocean my whole life. Cotton Eye Joe. Cotton Eye Joe. Cotton Eye Joe and I are thinking we want to head down to Thoxac and maybe retire someday.
Where's Thoxac?
Down south, over the equator there. Far south. Over in the Casbald.
Past the taint?
Past the taint, yeah, over in the Casbald.
Why is everything called sack in this fucking campaign?
If you have to ask,
you know why.
Hello.
Hello.
We made a new friend downstairs below.
The rain is dumping down at this point, like it's starting to.
Oh God, that feels fantastic.
Not quite so much for me, but glad you look a bit better with that.
Oh, it's nice to be out at sea again.
You've been on the ocean before?
Many a time, yes.
Right, well, welcome back to the ocean. Who'd you sail with?
Not important.
Not important?
I think it might be. Who'd you sail with? Maybe he's heard of it.
I know a fair few sailors.
I know one.
Who,
me? No, I know two.
Me?
I know 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know 10.
What about Cotton Eye Joe?
Does he sail?
Cotton Eye Joe, do you sail?
Cotton Eye Joe sails.
Sometimes he does full sentences and sometimes he does. Yeah, right.
You don't know what you're going to get.
It's quite a mystery with this one.
He probably just gets performance anxiety. It's
Honestly, I think we need to kill him because I think
Cotton Eye Joe's been with me a long time. I actually ended a long-term relationship in order to stay with him, and if it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I would have been married a long time ago.
Why? Where'd he come from then?
Not 100% sure.
I will give you props.
Right, I think I've used about as much as I can for you, Cotton Eye Joe. I don't have any more jokes.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Okay, thank you.
Never forget Cotton Eye Joe.
Never forget. Yep, exactly.
Anyway,
that's what I think
with?
about when I think never forget, Cotton Eye Joe.
Honestly, I think it's time that you told the rest of us. You've heard our issues. What happened last time you were on sea?
Well, it's not. Don't feel pressure to tell a story, young man.
No. You should feel pressured.
At least, what was the name of your ship?
Oh, that's a good one.
Or your captain. If I know your captain, I can absolutely.
I've been learning from you for so
nice.
I'm learning
See, I got some followers too.
Oh, nice. How many followers you got? You got that blue tick?
You have to pay for that one.
Yeah, you have to pay for that. Yeah, that's right. Anyone can get it.
I spent a short stint upon the Bellower.
The Bellower.
Under Captain Stormscale.
Stormscale. I'm not sure it rings a bell. I do remember a story of the Bellower, a Calrec, I believe.
Calrec Stormscale, correct?
Right. And I believe that ship was, that ship went down.
They may have.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're not aware of that?
I haven't been on it for a while.
Did you leave on good circumstances? Under good
No.
Right. Well, I don't know for sure, but I did hear that the Bellower did go down not too far from the volcano south of here.
Good. Better that it's down there than under him.
Right.
Oh. Did they kick you off or did you leave?
Well, yeah. Were you not the captain? I thought you were the captain.
I never said I was.
Then why do you get mad if someone else gets called the captain?
Fuck you, that's why.
Maybe he always wanted to be captain.
Everybody wants to be the captain.
Well, I'm calling myself a god, but I'm not quite a god yet. I'm not mad that people don't call me god.
No, but you get mad when other gods do shit.
It's true. Oh, good logic. This must be the +6 to your intelligence that you have.
Right, so wait. So you're both
2 brain cells.
So you're both religious, right?
I'm kind of anti-religious. I'm trying to create religion.
He's punk religious.
I'm more
It's a whole
spiritual.
thing.
Right. Who do you?
Monomaclear.
Manana McLear. Yeah,
Sort of.
He's the whole reason for the oceans being the way they are.
The motion of the ocean and all that.
Motion of the ocean is all thanks to Manana McLear. The animals, the creatures. He demands respect for those creatures. There are other entities and ocean dwellers that seek to usurp that, and we exist at their mercy.
Gods can be fickle.
Right.
Don't worry, I won't be. When I make a decision, I'll stick to it. It's a guarantee. That's a false guarantee.
I believe that.
That slightly worries me.
I feel like you're going to start printing pamphlets.
We got sidetracked. What was the fucking question that you were asking me? Korik, under Korik, blah, blah, blah. What else the fuck did you want to know?
Yeah.
I wanted to know if you left or you were kicked off.
I heard bad things about that ship.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Will someone
will you
please enlighten us? One of you two.
Answer me this. Just do me the courtesy. Were you one of the crew or were you one of the ferried?
Oh, I was a crew for bits, and then I spoke up against Korik.
And you became one of the ferried.
One of the ferried.
Right. Well, holds out a hand, a little gnarled hand, and says, "You're always welcome on my ship, and if anything like that swings past us, sailor to sailor, we'll make it happen."
Thank you.
Would we know what that means?
You roll an insight check.
What make what happen?
Know what the ferried means?
You can make an insight check.
Worked against,
if we know.
your will.
That's a 6.
The 6, I don't know, moved, delivered, sent, taxied. You're essentially being ferried right now.
How did you escape that?
I didn't. There's a story for tonight.
Fine.
Oh, look, the sunset is now nighttime. Great.
No, that's just the storm clouds there. No but.
Oh, sorry, it's been a very long time since
No, that's all right. No, it's only about midday right now. As you swing around the bottom of Fiona, the bottom of Bokt.
You little old lady, let's go put you to bed.
Looking out over the port side, you see dozens and dozens and dozens of ships. Some of them
will walk back to the port side to just kind of observe it even more.
You see what appear to be large man-o'-wars with 60 or so cannons to them. You see smaller vessels like your own, 1 or 2 cannons on either side. You see ballistas on the front, small catapult-like structures on the back there. They all appear to be a fair ways away, and they all appear to be waiting in that area between Bokt and Safirith. As you swing around the corner there, the whole crew goes quiet for a moment. You hear a whistle from the crow's nest, and the captain goes, "Yeah, got it."
Wait, was that him telling you that he just saw the boats? Because that was a little late.
Well, I mean, he's a kobold. He's not got the best vision.
So maybe put the drow up there?
Right, in the sunlight where the drow has disadvantage on all its checks. Have you read a monster manual?
No. I haven't actually.
Right, well, there's something in there called a 3 keen as well.
To be honest.
Well, you don't need it. He says, right, there's a lot more than I thought there were going to be.
Yes.
Captain, is there anything we should be doing to obscure the ship?
I don't exactly know. I think best as possible, we just mind our own business and head as quickly as possible towards Fianna. I don't seem too interested in us right now.
Their goal is Bokt.
Exactly.
But we're leaving Bokt. What if they think, I mean, I don't know what they might think, but...
I think they're happy with whoever leaves from Bokt. There's less people there. Their focus, I think, is Bokt. I think we will be okay. I hope.
Okay.
Captain, do you have an eyeglass? Do you think I can have a look
right.
through?
Sorensen! You hear scuttling as the kobold kind of jumps out of the crow's nest and slides down the mainmast across the shrouds, the rigging, across the shrouds, trots down. He appears to be very, very small, almost smaller than the captain there, kind of
comes running across, holds up the eyeglass there, and says, "Red, who was it that wanted the eyeglass?"
Yes, thank you.
Right, no problem.
Is it is it kind of small?
It's a very small eyeglass. Yeah.
Right, pull it out and I'll just kind of scan at the ships.
Excellent. You scan at the ships. Make a perception check with advantage for me. Captain, do you want me to head back up to the crow's nest?
Give it a second. See what a half elf has to say.
18.
With an 18, holding the spyglass up with an 18, you look at the nearest ship. It appears to be an incredibly long ship, like a longboat almost, with enormous sails. Just behind it, a more of a short, kind of squat ship. As you look over these two closest, you see that there are a number of human soldiers on there. You recognize them to be Severians. You also see the glint of eyeglasses looking back at you. And as you kind of look through and raise down,
oh, well, they're watching us.
You hear in the distance a cling, 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 cling of bells ringing. And you can see these two ships swing to face your ship. And we are going to go ahead and leave it there.
Oh. Theater of the Mind Flip.
Thanks for listening to Theater of the Mind Flayer.
We go live on all good podcast app every Tuesday at what time?
I don't know. Do you know?
No.
Every time?
All the times, 2 a.m., 7 p.m. If you like what you heard,
leave us a review on whatever podcast app you're listening to.
And if you didn't like it, then
turn it off and never listen to it again?
No. They could turn it on and listen to it again and find something better about it and they actually like it.
That works.
Reach out to us on Twitter at mindflayer_pod and
Instagram at Theater of the Mind Flayer.